Psychedelics. I just rebranded my coffee, which is a really cool experience for me.
What would you say the peak ages are for females? Like, when do you get the most views?
That's it, me being that I started in my the genre. Hi.
You're only 30.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little older now. I've been in for.
Welcome back to the Digital Social Hour, guys. I'm your host, Sean Kelly, here with an awesome guest for you guys today, Alexis Fawx.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. Thank you so much for having me. This is really awesome.
Absolutely. What you been working on lately?
I've been working on a lot of different things. I just rebranded my coffee, which is a really cool experience for me. And I am also collabing with a local brewer here in Las Vegas, Astronomy Ale Works. We have 2 beers that are canned. One is Cheers to Breakfast, which actually is a coffee beer. It's a golden ale with my coffee in it. And then I also have a blonde ale that I've done with him called Alexis Fawx. It's Las Vegas.
Interesting. I didn't know you can mix coffee and beer.
Yeah. And it's really, really good. I actually brought you some. So you'll be able to give that a try later.
For you, I'll try it. I actually don't even drink coffee either, but I'll try it for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. So what made you want to start your own coffee business?
I love coffee, and I think I guess I've kind of fell in love with coffee, by traveling around and testing it all out in different spots and realizing that depending on where those beans were grown, those flavors would come out in the coffee. And I also smoke a lot of I partake in that. And, my Sunday fun days are sitting in a hammock, having a cup of coffee and just enjoying outside. All right. And one day I was like, you know what? This would be really cool to have my own coffee. I mean, maybe I was a little high, but I called a friend of mine, which is a roaster, and I was getting my coffee anyway from him. And I was like, hey, I have this idea and I think it would be really cool. And it would be great to kind of make my passion work for me. And
so where in the world have you had the best coffee at? Where were you?
I would actually say I love Italian coffie. I love Italian espresso. It just feels like so velvety and chocolate, just all over your tongue. And I just have a deep love for Costa Rica. So I don't know if they have the best coffee, but I just love it there. I like to brew it the old school way with a cloth hanging over the coffee, the mug, and pouring the water through the grinds. It's just, I don't know.
Sounds nice. I don't even drink coffee, but that sounds interesting for sure.
By the end of this.
Yeah. So I know you grew up in PA. What was that like? Because I've been there a few times.
Yeah. I grew up in a really small town in Pennsylvania.
What was it called?
It's a burg.
Okay.
It's a small burg near Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
So I grew up just running around in those trails and pretty much was like a tomboy. Super small town experience. I couldn't wait to leave. I remember being really super young and thinking, gosh, if I stay here, I'm just going to suffocate a worse death. Which I know sounds probably morbid, but to me, I just felt like there is so much more out there.
Yeah.
For me to experience in life rather than just be there, and it was cool, but I'm really glad I left.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid in 4th grade, being a tomboy was kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of weird.
I think I still am though. I drive a Jeep Wrangler. I'm climbing the mountains in Mount Charleston.
Okay.
I just got done hiking Havasu Falls, which is on the Native American or Indigenous reservation. And it's about 10.2 miles in, and you get to camp. You're off grid and you live off the land and 2 out. And you also hike waterfalls. I actually hiked one of the scariest hikes I've ever been on, I would say, was Mooney Falls. And it's not a long hike. It's only about 200 feet, but it is through where the waterfall used to fall over. And so you get to a point where it's just straight down. And to me, that's wild. I have a little thing with heights, but I like to do things that kind of scare me and make my heart beat really fast.
Wow. So you're an adrenaline junkie.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So what'd you do when you left PA? Where'd you go from there?
I was actually went into the Air Force.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You didn't get into business to run payroll, did you? That's okay. I didn't either. Now there's Gusto. Gusto not only offers payroll, but also benefits, onboarding, and HR all in one place to more than 300,000 businesses. Maybe you want federal, state, and local payroll taxes to be filed automatically no matter where your employers work, or maybe you want to offer a 401k plan to help your employees save for retirement. Do you have compliance with regulations? 3 out of 4 employers say Gusto makes it easier to be compliant with the government. With Gusto's simple, guided software and user-friendly interface, payroll and HR are no longer exhausting, they are rewarding. Gusto was built for small businesses from the start. Gusto takes the pain out of payroll benefits and HR and puts the joy back into running your business. Gusto also integrates with your favorite tools like QuickBooks, Xero, Google, and more. Want all this and more with no hidden fees? Try it out for 3 months for free at gusto.com/social. That's gusto.com/social.
Sure exactly what I wanted to do, and I just grew up where, my next steps were I was in charge of. I moved out when I was in high school. I was in charge, already had my own apartment. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what's the next step? And I couldn't wait. I was like, I was making my move. Let me get out of this small town. What do I do? And the Air Force, to me, going into the military just seemed like the most logical choice, because I was going to, I would have room and board, until I got comfortable. It would be a secure paycheck. And, the offering of school was always nice to have, it's like the carrot. Or it was for me. And I went into the military. I did really well, graduated top of my class in tech school.
Nice.
Yeah, which gave me a lot of confidence. I found high school super boring, so I didn't really apply myself.
Right.
And here suddenly I was able to apply myself to new things. It kept me physically active, and being a very energetic person, I need that physical activity. If I don't have physical activity, that's why I work out today, it will come out in every other way possible, which isn't always great.
Yeah.
So to kind of keep me on balance, that physical activity was really good for me. Being young, fresh out of, my hometown and being on my own, it was the good right step for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of physical activity,
Yes.
let's get right into it. How did you engage in the adult industry?
How did that all start?
Yeah.
Funny. I actually answered a Craigslist ad.
No way.
Way back in the day.
That's sketchy.
I know. It wasn't sketchy back in the day.
Back then it was more
Well,
normal.
maybe it was, but we just weren't aware of it.
Right.
It just really wasn't on blast yet, I guess. I know, looking back, I would have never done that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a move.
What did the ad
literally
say? What was the post on Craigslist? You remember it?
It was actually just supposed to be an extra for Dancing Bear. And I've always been a free spirit. I watched plenty of or searched it out on my own. And I knew what Dancing Bear was. And I was like, oh my God, I get to watch live. Yeah, I'm going to go down. And so I went down, and I went down by myself, and, was signing in, and they were going over like, hey, we're looking for people, you can kiss your friend, you make extra money, show your you make extra money. And they're only going to that day. And they said what it was. I think it was like $500 or something. I don't remember exactly. And I just shot my hand straight up. I was like, oh yeah, I can do that, and the next thing I knew, I was booked to be the bride of the party and to the bear.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know those girls were selected. I thought you just walked around and it was random.
No, it's all selected.
Really?
Yeah. So we all showed up, and we're going to pick what's called the mains.
Yeah.
And the mains are either going to perform the act with the other person. So they're either going to do or, whatever it is that they're going to perform.
Yeah.
And then the extras, which I originally went there for, was going to, clap, cheer
They're
the other
ones
person.
clapping, right? Okay.
Yay!
I've seen that. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. I've never watched that.
Of course not.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first experience. And I just remember I wasn't nervous. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do this. I didn't really feel nervous until it was right before my time. And I was like, okay, I just don't want to take as long as the person before me. I just wanted to do a really good job. And I just thought of every sloppy or something like that I've ever watched. It was just trying to mimic that I've seen
Yeah.
do what I was about to do. So
wow.
That was my
So that was your breakthrough, and then from there you just took off.
Yeah, and that's how Alexis Fawx was completely born.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then did you get into eventually, or did you just?
Yeah, that actually, because I've been in now for 13 years in the industry, so I've seen it come through a lot of changes from anywhere from our health testing to how we were getting paid, just all sorts, legal, our sign-ins, our sign-outs, boundary checklists now are happening.
What's up?
So our boundary checklist. So when we go on set, I'm working with somebody. I may have worked with them hundreds of times. I may have never worked with them.
Yeah.
And because we're engaging in this physical activity, I want to make sure that my partner feels as safe as possible. I want to know, like, do you, if you don't like your earlobes touched, or you don't like this touched, or that hurts, or you're, pinching.
Yeah.
Do you want a thumb in your like all these things, are important, because if you don't like it, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So I want to respect your boundaries. And then I also want my boundaries respected. So we go through all of that. What is our safe word? We go through safe words.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah, we actually have safe words.
Have you ever had to use it?
No, I actually have not.
Okay.
I have not. Luckily.
Yeah.
I have had an amazing journey through this industry. I really have. I have a very positive journey of throughout the whole thing.
That's a rare take. I feel like a lot of people get damaged from it.
Yeah, I think that's what's been shown. I think that's what people. I don't know. Sometimes I see these reality TV shows, and I feel like that's the part they highlight, and I'm like, there's good and bad in every single industry.
Right.
You're gonna have people that abuse their power in every industry. Well, I know I've been a paralegal. I saw it there. I've had office jobs. I've seen it in other places. The military, all those places have good and bad in it. We're humans. Not everybody's the same.
Yeah. It's like police officers. Like there's good cops, there's bad cops.
Right. Exactly. So, if I always speak very positively, and it's because it is my truth, and it is, my journey. I've never had to yell cut or anything like that.
Wow.
And I make my boundaries very clear, but also I think, coming into the adult industry already in my 30s, I'm not 18.
Right.
So someone approaching an 18-year-old and a 35-year-old or whatever age, may be a different approach. Yeah. Someone may toe the line with me, especially toe the line with me now that I have a name, where maybe with someone they might think they could get away with pushing a boundary.
Yeah.
So everybody's journey is going to be different.
True.
I speak up for myself. So you're definitely learning to speak up for yourself, saying no to things that you want to say no to.
Yeah.
I only say yes to those things that I'm absolutely 100% that I want to do. So I think that's all kept me very safe, and it's kept me in really good standing with all companies and all my fellow talent members.
Nice. What would you say the peak ages are for females? Like, when do you get the most views?
That's it. Me being that I started in my in the genre. Hi.
You're only 30.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little older now. Okay. I've been in for a while now, sir. But that's okay. I like it. I'll take 30. And being that I started in my 30s, and I started out as was a huge genre for me. Yeah. It really made my career. I mean, I was getting 15, 25 shoots a month when I was building my name and branding myself. So for me, I being in my 30s got a lot of clicks. I think, I'm sure there's statistics on between, 18 to 30 now, but is really high. Yeah, it's really high up there. It's one of their top niches.
Yeah.
Along with other things that they do.
Yeah.
Newer massages also very popular.
Massages? What kind of massage? Neuro?
Yeah, so that's like with the seaweed, and it's like this really goopy, looby.
What? People are watching this?
Man, you could slip all over. It's really fun to do, actually.
Really? I've never seen it. I'm getting a massage after this, but that one sounds interesting.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. It's very slippery.
Wow, okay.
It may increase your massage.
Okay. Is there a scene or particular video you filmed that you really remember that stands out to you?
Yeah, actually there's quite a few. I think the ones that I definitely have the most connection to are the ones that I was able to help write, produce, select the talent, kind of, you know, set the tone for the series or for the video itself.
Right.
I've done quite a few little different ones, mostly with or with who I'm contracted with now.
Yeah, I saw that documentary. It's really good.
Oh, thanks.
On Netflix. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it too. Yeah. So be able to do that where you can like take something from your imagination and create an actual physical product of it is pretty spectacular.
Now,
it's really
be honest,
awesome.
like, do people actually watch the build-up scenes where it's like a fake police officer or something? Like, people actually watch that?
You'd be surprised, yes.
Really?
And then, like, if they find that something is not cohesive, or like, you know, you may have like moved a cup or something, you have that one person. You're like, "Are you serious, man? That really that really ruined it for you because there's a difference." Yeah,
I thought people just skipped over that, to be honest.
You know, I think it just depends. Some people really get into like the whole movie part of it. That's where features are going to be like really going to get popular because it's you know, you get into dialogue and you know then. Scene itself, the actual activity is only anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes.
Wow.
But your dialogue may
Just
take
as long,
4 to 5 hours.
Wow. It takes that long for the dialogue?
Yeah. If we're on set for a feature, excuse me, we could literally have dialogue for quite a few hours. And then, like I said, the scene will be 30, 40 minutes of our activity time.
So they're just sitting there trying to get for 5 hours.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, there's been on some sets where I feel bad for the guy because maybe the script is written where he has to go up and down. And I'm like, oh man, it's really working out for me to be a female right now.
Yeah, that's rough. Because you can only stay up for so long before it starts to hurt, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So you probably get crazy people in your DMs.
Yeah.
You don't have to name drop them, but what's that like? You can if you want, though.
I get, you know, it's funny. I get a lot of athletes, a lot of blue check mark athletes.
Yeah. Athletes love the adult girls.
They do. And I'm like, you know, once in a while, like, it'll be interesting and I might chat back, but, you know, I don't really take it too seriously and I'm too far with it.
You leaving them on red?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, if you're not following me, why am I going to like,
so they
like you're just trying to be sly and slide to my DM on the tip? Nah.
Man, I'd love to see the products you brought.
Oh, for sure.
Before we wrap up.
I would love to.
Yes. Is this the coffee?
Yeah. So I brought you, so this is what sorry, that's a lot of noise. So this is what my blonde ale looks like.
Yeah. That's the beer coffee?
So that's the blonde ale.
Nice. So you dyed your hair since then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've had my hair color a bunch of different. So I started out with black hair, had blonde hair, brown hair. Now it's red.
Nice.
So we're actually, that's a local brewer, Astronomy Ale Works. And we're just kind of playing along with my blonde, like the different colors of hair. So we do a blonde ale. We do a stout, which is dark hair. And, you know, just having fun with it.
Wow.
Why not?
Yeah.
And then this is the coffee. We just did a rebrand of it. It's the HAF. It was high AF coffee, but everybody thought it had THC in it. And I was like, no.
So you had to remove the high word.
Yeah. I was like, I can't ship it to you if it did. But yeah, we have cold brew, we have beans, grind, and teas, hot chocolate, and stuff like that. So
you like getting high. Do you think is better when you're high?
For me, I love it.
Okay.
For me, especially if I do like a microdose edible or something like that, I get really feely. I like the sensations.
Yeah.
I like that even if you do CBD, I like that I'm a busy woman, so it takes the laundry list that I have to do and I kind of forget about it for a moment, and allows me to be present in the moment with that partner and get into the pleasure of
right.
You know, whether, you know, and I don't do that when I go to work, obviously. This is only for my private use.
Yeah.
Because I want to be as clear-minded as possible on set. But yeah, in my private life, I love it.
Oh, so you're having outside of work too?
Yeah.
Nice. So like, like dating or like how's dating life with your lifestyle?
Dating life is always interesting. For me, because I'm kind of shy.
Really?
Believe it or not, I'm a bit introverted when I go out in public.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I am a little bit. I like to sit back, observe, you know, and tread lightly. And you know, if there's people that are interesting, I like good conversation and people that make me laugh and then see where that goes. So it's always interesting. I like to look at it as, kind of, meeting people and lovers all over. I do a lot of traveling, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you filmed everywhere.
Yeah. Now with it's literally just filming like I go on content trips.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And meet a lot of different people that maybe I wouldn't have had a chance to work with on a mainstream set, but now I get to work with them for my own sites.
Amazing. What's next for you, and where can people find more about you?
Gosh, everything. I would like, honestly, I would like to restart my comedy show again, where I host and produce that, called The Highest Fawx Show. I would like to get that up and running again here in Vegas, especially with the lounges opening up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just, working through that and working with a deal with somebody with that. And then, just continue to grow my podcast, continue to grow my coffee brand, get that into more local stores here in Vegas.
Yeah.
I really like doing things and becoming a pillar in the community locally. Also, it gives a nice presence that even though I'm an adult person in the adult industry, we do a lot of really amazing work around other things.
Yeah,
so.
I like that you branched off into other businesses.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you work
smart.
really hard to build a brand. Doesn't mean you have to just do one thing. You know what I mean? There's other interests in mind. And so why not make those passions and dreams work for you? And then it's fun.
Love it. Well, that was a blast. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I really love this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks.